that is for us. Only you guys are talking about it.
Okay, wait,
because you want to delegitimize us.
Daniel, I would like to, Daniel, charitably, coming from a good place, shine a mirror, because we all have blind spots. Just like I had a blind spot that you pointed out earlier. I would like to show you your blind spot. Are you open to that?
I'm open for you trying.
I don't have a blind spot.
Okay. I mean, you called me out on trying to win.
He's open to
it. I would like to give you
with you that you can. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, can we do the 10-second thing?
Sure, go ahead, but say what you want before. I don't have anything to respond yet.
Okay, so you called me out personally on my lack of introspection. And what I was trying to do was get you to acknowledge if there was any twisting of the narrative on the Israeli side. And you said no. I want you to think for 10 seconds on whether that's you being introspective.
What these barbarians did is much worse than anything we have said. Fixating on the babies, we know that the people who are sympathetic to the Palestinians are so ashamed of themselves and so appalled at their barbaric behavior of Hamas. I saw a picture a couple days ago, trigger warning, clog up your ears if you don't want to hear this, of a man sitting back in a car and they had cut out his heart. I saw it in living color. His heart was cut out of his body. This is just one example of the families that they slaughtered in front of each other, of the children that they murdered in front of their parents, then they murdered the wife, then they murdered unspeakable barbarity. We had not even expressed the depth of horrors that these barbarians visited upon us, but they photographed it all, and they called home and bragged about it. Mommy, Daddy, Mommy, I killed 10 Jews with my own hands. We recorded them saying this. It defies description. So no, not only did we not exaggerate and manipulate the narrative, it was so filthy and unspeakable that we barely talk about it. It's like those people who've been through the Holocaust or World War II or any war. They just don't speak about it. It's not something you can even say in polite company.
It's true, Norm. Right now, I'm looking through my photographs because I could have sworn that on October 9th, I saw on Telegram a bunch of disgusting photos, including photos of homeless people in the streets of Israel. And I'm looking through my photos to find them, and I can't find them. I must have, Norm, knowing myself, I must have deleted these photos because they were too disturbing. That's the only reason, because I can't keep that shit. So
no, it was never made public.
That's the only. No, I saw it on Telegram. I had them saved, but I deleted.
It was never made. It was only for.
I don't save nude photos either. When people send me nude photos, by the way, you got to delete.
On October 7th,
my photo, my friend.
On October 7th, I cannot imagine what you guys went through watching this.
And 8 and 9 and 10.
But what I can say is I was to my core disgusted, angry, and
so when there was a suicide bomb before October 7th, killing people, why did you feel then?
In complete disgust and shock that this is what's happening in modern times. So, you know, I just want to make it clear.
Why did it take October 7th for you to realize that?
Hey, David, you're just on the verge of annoying me, and that's hard to do. Daniel, are you ready? I'd love to hear your response. Okay, حبيبي اتفضل.
Like what if we are manipulating a line?
Is there any manipulation of narrative happening on the Israeli side?
No, and I tell you why I'm answering this, okay? When you're talking about, first of all, I think it matters to, and I hope that you are, okay, since we are not in a middle Zoom, I am trying to do this, talk about nuances. And in nuances, there is a difference between, for example, manipulation, meaning that you know that you are kind of faking it, and for example, making a mistake, right? So if, for example, I will tell you, I don't know, that I got the delivery at 2, but it was at 3, I wouldn't try necessarily to manipulate you if I actually thought it was 2, and it was by when we leave. So what I'm trying to say, there's a difference between a lie and a mistake. For example, the calendar thing, I'm just trying to, do you think that that was a manipulation or a stupid mistake? Like, what do you really think
I believe
happened there with this calendar?
Well, it's hard for me to get in.
Yeah, you don't know. I'm just asking, what do you think? You saw the video, right?
Yeah, I saw the video.
You think it was a manipulation, a planned manipulation, or a stupid mistake?
Let's do a quick recap on what I believe to be the facts. Number one, it was the spokesperson for the IDF.
Right.
Right. Number two, it was, obviously during the heat of the most tense moments in October 7th. Right.
In Gaza. No, it was a few after. It was after. It was in a tunnel in Gaza.
Yeah.
I think under El Shifa.
I was in the hospital, right?
It was in the hospital.
Yeah.
It was in the hospital. It was in the hospital during some of the most tense.
I think El Shifa. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So he was a spokesperson. It was in the hospital. There were news cameras.
Not news cameras. IDF spokesman camera.
IDF spokesman camera, and it was broadcast on the news.
Right.
And he took the paper and waved it at the camera. And he said,
he pointed at the. No, I think it.
No, it was static on the wall.
It was on the wall. It was. Are you sure? Because I remember him walking in the room, and it was on the wall.
We can check But the taking the paper and waving it is important. So I'll go check that.
Okay.
So he took the paper and waved it at the camera, and he said these were operational plans. These are operational plans.
No, those are the. No. He said that those are the schedule of the guards. This is what he said.
Okay, so let me double check.
He said that those are the names of the guards, and this is basically the schedule. Okay.
Okay.
And it was basically a calendar with names of days.
Okay, we'll do the research a little bit later, but let's suppose.
But you know this story. It's weird to me. So we can do another example because I thought you know the facts about it.
I forgot some of the facts, but let's use the.
Okay, so take another example.
No, let's use the one that you present. No, I would like to use the hospital.
Let's finish with the hospital.
Yeah.
No problem. I just wanted to save time.
Let's for now.
What do you want to say about it, Fadi?
Let's for now.
I asked him. I just to sync up everybody that joined. I asked him if he think that it was a stupid mistake or a deliberate manipulation.
What would Israel have to gain by?
Okay,
Yeah, we'll get to this after he answers, Yaakov.
Okay, so now let's examine the intent of someone who's trying to manipulate versus someone who made a mistake.
He was saying that hospital is a command center for Hamas. This happens to be true, and they went back and they fought a big battle there.
Chef, do you have do you want us to take us the entire can you? Do you have a conclusion, or you reaching it as you speak?
To what I said.
I understand. Before that, I asked him a question, and I would like to know. You don't know yet if it's deliberate mistake, deliberate manipulation, or not. What you're doing right now is basically you're thinking it with us.
Yes.
You don't have
it's an honest. It's.
Got it. Okay, I just wanted to know if you already have it or not.
But I want to be honest with you. I want to be completely honest with you here. I had prior concluded it was manipulation, but I want to re-examine it together. I want to do that from a genuine perspective. Okay, so maybe I'll do like 30 seconds. You do 30. So, I want to steelman the Israeli side. That I would like to spend my time steelmanning the Israeli side. It's up to you whether you want to steelman the other side. So, I suppose the way it would be a mistake would look a little bit like this. He knew that it was a command center. He had irrefutable evidence that it was a command center. And someone told him that the paper was the evidence. And even though he couldn't read Arabic, he took the paper and he waved it, and he got caught up in the heat of the moment. He got caught up in the heat of the moment, and he just like waved or pointed at the wall. And so it would have happened something like that, like it was a terror command center anyway.
So honest mistake, you're saying, and by the way, the point was true. Okay, right?
I learned something.
So.
Am I right, buddy?
No, I'm trying to steelman these. I can easily make the argument that he's manipulating, but I want to try.
I'm not asking you to make any argument. I'm asking your opinion. Do you think I have my opinion? Okay, I can share it with you. Obviously, it was a stupid mistake, and you say you're trying. We started this conversation that you said our side is also manipulating, and we took this as an example of Israeli manipulation. And then I'm asking you, do you really believe that this is a deliberate manipulation or an honest mistake?
I'm trying to steelman the mistake side so that I can.
It's not interesting. Just say what you think, buddy.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna steelman the other side because I know.
Okay, fine.
I have a conclusion. Okay,
fine.
I can tell you my conclusion. It's a stupid mistake.
Let me tell you, if someone, what I would like to know from you is what about it has you concluding definitively that it was a mistake?
Because Al-Shifa really is a command center for Hamas. So
I tell you what, it's very easy. It's very easy.
Obviously, his point was true. Who knows what was on that calendar? To this day, I don't know if the spin one way or the spin the other way is wrong. But it's completely irrelevant. This is a perfect example of seizing on something in order to obfuscate and to spread disinformation about Israel. I don't know if you know it, Fadi. If you don't know it, you should. It really was a command center, and we fought a pitched battle there right afterwards. So he had the wrong piece of paper in his hand.
Right.
Case scenario.
It's like
one second. I think that an army that can fly all the way to Iran, and I think an army that can, with the Mossad, that can do the pager attack, and the IDF spokesman himself has a deputy that is for the Arab speakers, meaning that he has very easy access. Not that it's really hard for Arabic speaking. Now, we were in Al-Shifa in this room. He had his camera. He decided when to say start. He could take any piece of paper and write anything on it, like even plans of Hamas, like kill all the Jews or whatever. No, he didn't do this. He used this paper that he didn't check. And he not only that he said it, he also showed it to the entire world.
Okay,
give us a bit of credit. We are not that stupid.
I would like to respond.
Can I ask you a question, Chief?
Oh, go ahead. Yes, sir.
Was he relieved of command, reprimanded, clearly
No.
embarrassing
Let him
situation?
answer. You're getting off the topic.
That's not off
It's
topic.
a relevant
That's
question.
not off.
Let Fadi answer first.
Okay.
What's the answer to Daniel's question?
So I now remember why I concluded it was manipulation, because I had forgotten and I wanted to re-explore it. The reason why I concluded it was manipulation, but I wasn't thinking enough about El Normo's point, which is, let's suppose that it was indeed a terrorist command center. So why I concluded it was manipulation is the IDF spokesperson himself would have known that he hasn't read the paper. And then he chose to say in front of the cameras that the paper said something that it didn't.
No, that's not a good argument.
Hey, David.
Let him talk, David.
Hey, David. Just settle down.
But finish your thought, Fadi, because there's a lot of fluff in this.
I appreciate the narration of my
proud to be on this
perspective.
That's
the idea. Hey, David. Bottle of vodka. Grab one. Just chill. Or do the 10-second thing.
You're bumpering, Fadi. I think you realize you've been exposed.
No, he's interrupting him. No more.
Yeah. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Okay. All right. So the IDF spokesperson, who is a trained spokesperson, by the way, spokespeople are trained on how to do
This Thursday, July 24th at 12:30, we're celebrating with
Don't assume.
Get it
I
on
can
the
tell you
floor.
exactly what was his. He was like in the Navy. He learned acting.
He's
No,
perfect.
Yeah, what is
Okay,
his
so
point?
don't assume
He's
things.
fluffing all these things.
This is bullshit.
Just give us a real answer.
Okay. So the guy knew that he didn't read the paper, and decided to tell people something about the paper that he knew was not on the paper. He just made it up. That's manipulation.
Right, but you don't know that he did that. You just made that story up in your head.
No.
He might have grabbed the wrong paper. Yeah. You don't know why he did what
grabbed
he did.
the wrong paper?
Yeah. There's a million different possible
Okay, all right. I'm going to go find the video.
Yeah, very good.
I mean,
There's a million different explanations, and you made up a story that made Jews look bad. He's manipulating.
If I find the video, would you guys want to watch it together?
The New York Times
You're
ran.
wasting time, Fadi.
I just wanna understand. Whenever you say something that you don't necessarily check or know for a fact, and you made a mistake, I would say that you are manipulating me because you made a mistake and you didn't check it thoroughly.
No.
But basically, just like imagine the scene, okay? He's not a militant, okay? He went there into they allowed him to go into the Shifa hospital, and he walked in, and there are evidence there, like you were a detective going into a crime scene or whatever, and you say, okay, I see a bed. Okay, so they slept here. You don't know for a fact that they slept here, but you see a bed. You kind of try to figure things out, and you assume things, okay? The fixation on the mistake was basically to delegitimize the entire thing. Basically, there is no... basically, let's focus now on this mistake, not manipulation. Manipulation, I tell you why it's important to use specific word. It's with intent, okay? Meaning, I know that it's not true. I want them to think like this, so I will say something that I knowingly know that is manipulative, that is deliberately showing something that it's not. And that is something that I think that you are attributing to Daniela Gari, which you wouldn't attribute to anyone else in a similar situation.
And then you can
assume you assume sinister intentions.
I give you a perfect example. The New York Times apologized for using the picture of the kid who had other issues going on, and they said
existing health conditions, spinal.
Correct, right. But when they issued that correction, that happened way after, every single newspaper around the world, threw that picture up and said, this is what's happening. It's fine if you, and not fine, but it's okay if you're saying, it's well, we didn't mean it, we were trying to figure it out, we need to figure out, facts. But at the end of the day, if you're going to position say, this is what's happening, you either have to know it and have to be forceful about it, or it's not right. It's not right. I'm done speaking.
Okay, I put the video in. Ignore the commentary in the beginning from some influencer, but it was static on the wall, and he walks up to it and points at it, and you can look at the video. It's there.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to use a non-biased one, but
just ignore the stuff in the beginning. And
you're confident it wasn't edited,
no, it's just a video.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna go watch it. Thanks, Yaakov.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't know what anyone would have to gain, and that's the important thing. Manipulation is, in my mind, is what does someone gain from the manipulation? And if there's nothing to gain, meaning if they come out looking really stupid, there's nothing to gain. Therefore, the simplest answer, Occam's razor, is that he just screwed up and he got it wrong. He didn't have anything to gain. He wasn't going to get sympathy from the world, because within a few days, anyone in their right mind who read Arabic and said, "Look, this is a taste."
Yeah, but Yaakov, the New York Times came out and said, okay, we actually figured out that.
No, that was different because they were manipulated. Okay, they were manipulated.
Wait, okay, were there people on the ground who were part of the New York Times and manipulated, or were the people that?
No, they got let's talk about one issue at a time. You're now trying to pull one thing that's very different into another thing. I'm specifically talking about the calendar, David. Forget the kid in the trash bag, okay? You can talk about that later. That's a different issue. But the guy
the reason
getting it wrong.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, the guy getting it wrong shape. What did he have to gain by, you know?
Oh,
If he thought that was
he
the
had
case.
to. He had a lot to gain. So,
But
and then I'm also curious whether there
It
was
wasn't
a
true.
correction or apology issued after that.
it wasn't true. So he had like
Well,
all he
he had a lot
could
to
do was-
gain. He had a lot to gain. You've
Yeah, but
got.
the error.
you-
So
he carries. He
so
carries.
just hang
Can
on.
I respond to Yakov? Can I respond to Yakov? He did ask me a question.
Yeah, what I'm saying is,
He did ask me.
Hang on a second. I just want to make something clear. The story is absolutely true. The evidence was a mistake. The story is correct. So by criticizing the evidence and pretending once again, oh, the Jews are liars. The Jews are liars. They can't even read Arabic. I haven't even seen the translation of what was on that sheet. But the point was that Al-Shifa Hospital, which was the story, was a command and control center for Hamas. The IDF went there and fought a battle for 2 weeks in Al-Shifa Hospital against Hamas fighters who were in the maternity ward. Why are Hamas fighters in the maternity ward? That's the story.
Why
That's the question you should be
the
asking
hospital
yourself.
fighting?
Why they were in the emergency room? Why are Hamas fighters in the emergency room fighting IDF soldiers? And Israel did that with no death to the non-combatants. They evacuated the non-combatants. So the Hamas, there's no moral equivalence here. Hamas wants to say, the Jews lie, Israel lies, the IDF lies, when in fact they were telling the truth. And then, when they say, the story that they're using kindergartens and schools and hospitals as control and command centers, they get you to move past that story. They want you to ignore that. When in fact, there's ample documentation of it.
I don't think it was at Al-Shifa Hospital.
It was Al-Shifa.
Are you sure
The
about that?
idea is that we will.
And
The idea that we will talk about this mistake is that
definitely.
I just want to say, Fadi, I'm not fooled by all this sort of tiny minutia obfuscation. You know very well that there are command and control centers in the hospitals. If you don't, you
But
should. All you have to do is read the New York Times.
the bigger picture is now that we are still 18 months into the war, discussing the supposedly manipulation, but actually a stupid mistake was done I don't know how many months ago, but we are not discussing the constant fake propaganda that is coming from the Palestinian side, including this fake starvation campaign that is going on right now. We are not discussing this. We are not discussing the starving hostages. We are for some reason they are making us talk about us and about this stupid mistake instead of this is the insanity, this trying to create this there are two sides that are doing the same things. Taking one mistake and comparing it to a full-blown campaign against Israel, it's insane. A fake campaign.
Yeah,
I would like. I
that's
just
the point.
need. Okay.
What, Fadi?
So this spokesperson, who's trained to be a spokesperson, right? Went.
No, not right. Where was he trained and how and when? Do you know?
He's just making this untrained.
Do you understand how it works in the military?
This untrained media spokesperson.
No, it's not untrained. He's like
Okay, maybe was trained, maybe was not trained media spokesperson. Walked up to a wall, pointed.
We know what happened. I don't know why the dramatization.
Pointed at a document that he had no idea what it said, and decided to make up in detail
He didn't know
by
that
pointing from left to right
Wait a second,
that it
Fadi.
was the list
Fadi,
of
wait a second.
names.
You're lying again, Fadi.
No, the person.
When you lie. Hang on, Fadi.
The person that lied was the
Hang on a
spokesperson.
second, Fadi. Fadi, wait a second. He didn't lie. He made a mistake.
Okay, so
He was wrong.
he
You don't have any
read
information
the
that
wrong.
lied.
He walked up to a document, a piece of paper.
Have you seen
And
this document, Fadi?
It's on video. Yakov provided the clip.
No, I didn't.
He walked up to it.
Hang on.
He walked up to it and he read the wrong. He confused the days of the week.
He made a stupid mistake, Shape. This is what we're saying.
Daniel,
He made a stupid
What was
mistake.
his mistake? What was his mistake?
Fadi,
Assuming that this is a list of people.
Daniel, will you give me 1 second, please? Fadi, have you seen the document? I
Yes,
said no.
I have. No, I have seen it. Yes,
What does it say? Can you read it?
yes.
What
It
does it
says
say?
it says the days of the week.
Anything else?
I haven't read every single.
You
corner of the
haven't
document.
read the document.
Okay, let me go read it and report back.
You don't even know if the guy was wrong.
Let
do you?
him read, and I want to speak.
No, he was wrong. He was wrong because there were no names of terrorists. There were no names of terrorists. It was widely reported. It was widely reported that there were no names of the
So
terrorists.
how do you know he was wrong if you have not
When you
read the
haven't
document?
read it.
Because when he started pointing
Yeah.
to certain squares on the document, I read them in real time, saying, "What is he talking about? That's just the day of the week."
So what you're saying is that you're not sure what was going on there.
No, that's not. That's what you're saying.
Oh, okay. But you didn't read the document, so you don't know if he was.
So you believe the document is a list of terrorist names on shifts?
I believe you have.
Have you read the document, Norm? Have you read the document,
That's
Norm?
why
Norm, have you read the doc? How do you know that he wasn't manipulating if you haven't read the document?
That's not a plausible explanation. All we know is that somebody said that he was wrong. You haven't read it, and I haven't read it. But your default setting is he's a manipulative Jew. Your default setting is he deliberately lied without having read the document. You're just believing propaganda. Don't talk over me, Fadi. You're deliberately spreading negative propaganda about Jews, they're liars, without even knowing if it's true or not.
Daniel,
you yourself don't know if what he
Daniel,
said
are
was
you
true.
going to stand for El
You yourself don't know if it was true, Fadi. Isn't that the truth?
Daniel,
You don't know.
I don't like to
Telling the truth.
moderate.
You just don't know. You just don't
Why I
know.
hate
And you
moderating.
even take the time to read it.
With all due respect,
Are
why
you
are you looking?
Are
with
you
all due
going to
respect, Why are
stand?
you looking for
Well,
Daniel?
Yeah, we're gonna stand for it, Fadi.
For your,
You don't
Are
even
you-
know what the document says.
Okay,
Okay,
it
can I
took a
make a-
few days.
Justin,
The
let me-
ceasefire is
Justin,
over.
Tape.
El Normo.
Okay,
The
Tape.
You
ceasefire
don't
between
even
you
know
and
what the
I
document
is
says.
officially over.
Tape.
Okay, guys, let's.
Yes.
Tape, can I make a recommendation? How about just go offline for a few moments, read the document, report back.
Well, he could have done that before he came.
But we know,
Yeah.
but guys,
I
hold on,
read
hold on.
most of
Hold
the
on.
document.
We
Not
can
most
all
of it.
assume,
Not all of it,
even though we
most
don't
of
speak Arabic, that it's indeed the days of the week. He went there into this room in the Shifa hospital with a camera, going through different rooms, pointing at different things, and he made this mistake. Okay, he made this mistake so anyone can see it. I believe that if the intention was to manipulate, and assuming that there are enough people in the IDF or in Israel that speak Arabic, we would have either not shown the document to the entire world or fabricated it. I think it's very obvious to anyone with like a grain of, I don't want to. It's very obvious it was a mistake.
With one
And I think
brain
that
cell.
suggesting otherwise is stupid. And I will tell you another thing, that even if the entire clip was without this calendar, it would be the exact same. It would be the exact same clip. This is what we're showing you in the Shiva hospital. You just found this point to try to delegitimize the entire story. And no, it was a stupid mistake. That's why I say not just a mistake, a stupid one.
One thing I want to mention.
We don't even know if it was a mistake. We have to look at the document.
Normal. I just want to say something about the document, and since Shavy's went to look for it, there's something special about it. It is a calendar which there's the days of the week in Arabic that are highlighted in yellow or just crossed over in yellow, whatever. And the important thing is what is the title of the document, okay? And this thing they did translate when they're kind of debunking.
What does it say?
The title of the document says the Al-Aqsa flood, October 7th. So what is the Al-Aqsa flood?
That was the attack on October 7th.
Exactly. So why was the name of the document Al-Aqsa flood and then the date October 7th?
It's a good point.
In our hospital.
Underneath the hospital. Yeah, it's a great point. So they lied. So they lied in order to accuse us of lying. And Fadi, you played along with it. You were suckered into their lies.
Vance, thank you for the input. I didn't know this because I don't read Arabic.
Well,
By the way, the Arabic is not that.
I saw the debunking videos, and they on the debunking videos, they said, yes, it says Al-Aqsa fought on the
Can you send me the link to that video? Because I'm trying to zoom into all aspects of the document and the resolution is blurry. Can you send me that video?
If you could read Hebrew.
It's from France News Site 24 or something like that. Yeah, sure.
Maybe ask ChatGPT.
You could. It's not that hard to read.
Ask ChatGPT. I'm sure that he will be able to tell you exactly what the document says.
I'm trying to, but the ChatGPT is hallucinating and mixing
it's
up.
Okay, we don't need to hear the details of your relationship with ChatGPT, so you can obfuscate some more. So the more we look at it, the more we
the ceasefire is over.
The more we look, keep trying to say the more we look at it, the more we see that calling it a lie or manipulation is in fact itself a lie and manipulation, which is typical, and I'm not speaking of you here, Fadi, typical of what the other side does. They project their lies onto us. They say they want to commit a genocide, so they accuse us of genocide. They practice apartheid. There are no Jews in their lands, and they accuse us of apartheid. They accuse us of stealing land, and they come and steal our land. Every single thing that they're doing is a projection. Every single thing they accuse us of is a projection of what they're doing. And this is a great example. I'm glad you brought us this example, Fadi. Here's a document that says Al-Aqsa flood in the hospital that's being used as a command and control center for Hamas. And your only response is, the Jews are being manipulative.
And the latest is them using... And the latest is them using starvation as a weapon of war, as we saw with the hostages.
Guys, every day there will be someone like Shape taking turn, come and waste your time, right? And come and say something ridiculous, and then you'll waste our looking for a way to debate, and you're enjoyed about it. But the whole point is you do not know what is the motive that every day someone like Fadi come here. There's a bigger problem coming, and you'll miss it just like October 7th.
I'm still...
So this is like Daniel said, why are we still doing this after over 80 days? Because the next October 7th is coming, and Fadi are here to make sure you don't see it, right? So what is the next October 7th?
Hey, Dave, you know nothing.
Again, someone
Dave,
like Fadi
Dave,
will never be discussed. And
Dave,
he doesn't care whether he reads or not. He just wants to waste time. And if you are moderator, just make sure he go off stage so we can discuss what is the next October 7th. Make him off stage. He will disrupt me every time.
The next what does that mean? The next one? What does that mean?
Dave,
make sure he go off stage because he will interrupt me every single second.
So let's pretend.
Okay, I want to go one at a time.
What is the next one?
He means that they're going to attack us again and do that same thing of taking hostages.
It's very dangerous what Dave is doing right now. He's basically directly.
What's dangerous is you interrupting.
It's very dangerous.
What's dangerous is you interrupting people, Fadi. And you've been warned a bunch of times. You didn't have to do it. You lied on the stage. You interrupted. You can just take turns. Dave, explain what you mean by the next October 7th. What do you mean?
I explain why you've associated me as promoting the next October 7th. Go ahead.
I did not say you are associated with next October 7th, but you are typical Muslim, pro-Palestine, pro-Hamas.
He's not Muslim, he's Christian.
Fucking idiot.
Dave.
What a fucking idiot. Keep going.
Okay. So the next big problem coming is Iran. They will be running out of water in a couple of weeks. And what do you do with 90 million people running out of water there? And they are Shiite, and the Sunni will not do anything. They will repeat the problems. And where do they go? And that is the far more important problem.
That's actually not that initiative.
Hey, nobody interrupt, man. Let one person speak. When that person's done, the next person speaks. And the speakers, please try to keep it to a minimum of a maximum of a minute to a minute and a half.
Yeah, I'm done with 1 minute.
Okay, I'm going to ignore everything Dave's just said. I found a tweet that appears to be from the IDF. Avja Adre. He said it was at Yeah, he said in his tweet it was at Al Rantisi Hospital. not Al Shifa.
What is it?
The calendar.
Okay. All right, you found a tweet. What is? So in other words, you have no point.
Well, no, hold on a second. We like.
Do you have a point?
I'm gonna give you. Well, it does matter. It does matter.
You have a
If
point.
I can
have a point.
I can stop talking.
If you have a point.
I don't know. Are you going to continue to do that?
Should we call the New York Times?
You have a point.
Norm, we should get the New York Times on your tweet dial. Go ahead.
Dave,
Dave,
how
I'm having trouble understanding you.
Yeah, Dave,
You're
try.
Guys, it becomes an echo chamber when people start interrupting and start antagonizing the speakers. Let them speak. You're not going to agree with everything they have to say.
Okay, I'm not up for any more of this bullshit obfuscation. It was 40 babies, no, it was 39. It was this hospital, it was that hospital. It happened 2 years ago. The New York Times published a detailed pitch battle that they fought in the same location. They used hospitals as command and control centers. If anybody disputes that, we can have that conversation. Okay, that they're using civilian institutions and buildings as military bases in order to make Israel shoot at them so they can say, oh, you hit a hospital, you hit a mosque, you hit a kindergarten. Reason being that they fire rockets from there or they have military people there. If anybody disputes that, then let's have that conversation because that's what we're talking about here. Not whether the calendar said March or April. Somebody just came in and said it said Al-Aqsa flood on it. Okay? The most brutal terror attack since the Holocaust on Jews. And there are people here by arguing over whether it says the month of June or the month of March or whatever, they're arguing somehow the details to obfuscate the fact that this happened.
But
According to one person here,
Shapeshifter has all the time in the world to apparently pull up random little X quotes from some IDF soldier that he doesn't post a link. Shapeshifter, why do you waste everybody's time here, and why do you waste your own time doing this?
That's what they do every day.
Obfuscation.
I'm just trying to figure out. Hey, Norm, would you like me to leave the room?
Why?
Please.
No, don't leave, guys. I'm sick and tired of being around people that talk only
Why
about
would
the
you
same
leave
thing.
the room, Fadi?
I'm just wondering, because
Why
every time
would
I
you
try
leave
and
the
talk,
room?
you just interrupting.
Why would you leave? Well, because you're interrupting. Why would you? You're interrupting.
Again, you're not making any points. You're just being a pathetic little child, Shapeshifter. Why don't you say something interesting?
Personally, please. Not attack him personally.
Oh, thank you, Norm. Ceasefire's back on. Okay, so I thought it was important to explore which hospital.
Wow. Okay, whatever. I don't want to keep going down this road. I don't think you deny, and I don't deny, and no one can deny that Hamas uses hospitals as military assets. If you deny that, we can have that conversation.
I want to ask you a question, Shape. Why do you think it's important?
Ceasefire's back on, guys. Congratulations.
What's that?
Why do people have this tendency to fucking interrupt with this stupid little rhetoric? Stop, man. Fucking trolling. It's like a fucking disease. Yeah. Stop interrupting people.
All right. So, number one, I assume Fadi did not deny that Hamas uses hospitals.
Could I respond?
Well, you don't deny it.
Well,
if you deny it, respond. If you don't deny it, just stay quiet.
I agree that Hamas does use some hospitals as command centers.
Okay, so you didn't have to respond, as I said. So that's the only thing that we're talking about here. We're not talking about what the calendar says, and we're not talking about whether it was Al-Shifa or the other one that you mentioned, Al-Rimsi or whatever it is. And when you start to get lost in the details like that, it's deliberate. As Dave was saying before, in order to obfuscate the bigger point, that they do this to weaponize our humanity, to draw our fire so they can point to the world and say, look at how bad the Jews are. And Fadi, I'm sorry, you participated in this. And you do it on a regular basis, and that's why I lost patience with you, despite your reasonable tone. Yes, you have a reasonable tone, and yes, you're a Lebanese Christian, so you're caught in the middle between two opposing forces. An army that wants to wipe you out, frankly, which is Hezbollah, and an army that wants to prevent that army from wiping you out and wiping us out, and that's the IDF.
But your positions are problematic, Fadi. Like wanting a terror organization to join the Lebanese army. That's problematic. And by, regularly going into Amir's room and mocking Jews. When you go into Amir's room and mock Jews, that's bad, Fadi. It's anti-Semitic. I don't know why you do it. You seem like a nice guy, but you also seem like you hate Jews. And the stuff that you say and do contributes to Jews dying. And that's where Daniel was coming from. We don't like it when you contribute to Jews dying. I'll land it there.
Okay, thank you. May I respond? Okay, great. A lot of things said there, Norm. I would never accuse you of hating Arabs. I would never do that. I've got too much respect for you, and in moments where you've shown...
that's called a straw man. That's called a straw man.
Hey, Bibi.
Okay, so what is your point?
Bibi, should I keep dealing with this, or what do you think, man? One Torontonian to another, Bibi. Should I just hunker down?
No, stay and do your thing, guys. Honestly, Norm has the right.
Who is Bibi? Is Bibi your daddy or something? Go ahead and state your position.
See that bullshit right there.
Just answer the question, bro.
Is Bibi your daddy?
Vodka. It's barely noon. Jesus. Okay.
That's a personal attack. You can go on mute for a while. You don't need to hear your personal attack. Yeah. No, he's right though. David keeps fucking interrupting. You need to stop that.
But Norm, you said he was slurring. I was riding your wave.
Okay, go ahead. What is your point?
Again, David, stop, man. You're dishonest, baby. You're dishonest, buddy.
That was a Freudian slip.
You're dishonest.
I sensed tension.
No, I misspoke.
Okay. Okay. So let's kind of go at this. I would never accuse Norm of hating all Arabs.
That's a straw man.
But here he's accused me of Jew hate.
I accuse you of Jew hate.
I've got many close Jewish friends.
That doesn't matter.
This argument. David, shut the fuck up. That's it, David. You've been honestly so dumb.
I've spent hours and hours bonding, cracking
Well, they should know that you hate them. Maybe we should
cracking jokes with many Zionists.
Maybe we should warn them
on this app. Some of them are in this room.
Maybe
so Norm, I want you to reflect on.
You know what I'm reflecting on? I'm reflecting on your dishonesty.
Why do you hate I want you to reflect on whether your villainization
of the Jew-hating room or every day is participating in the Jew-hate. Body. Why do you go into the Jew-hate room every day and laugh along with them and mock the Jews? Why do you do that?
I know your feelings are hurt, Norm.
No, they're not hurt.
So, okay. Now, the second thing you said, Norm. We're in a ceasefire, so careful. It's a delicate one. The second thing
Wait, what do you say? What ceasefire do you mean?
You and I.
Well, whatever. I have the same relationship with people either way. We don't have a formal agreement.
Well,
I don't think that you're threatening me is making your case stronger. Be careful.
Okay, so that was actually good. I give you points for that one. Okay, so the second thing.
Points for the whole thing, Bobby.
You're actually super funny. So the second, I know. The second thing you said, amongst a lot of things, was that the Hezbollah is trying to destroy me or destroy. Yeah.
Yes.
So I've been to Lebanon many times. I've lived there. I took my wife there actually. For context, For context,
give it a relevant detail.
Who
cares? He's telling his story, man. Fuck. That's not what this is. No, but it's semantics that you're getting aggravated at. Who cares, Norm? Honestly, brother. Aggravated semantics.
I took her to
the obfuscation technique, which is
densely populated Hezbollah neighborhoods in Lebanon, because they also happen, some of them, to be great tourist sites. Beautiful.
They're a terror group. Do you disagree?
In the neighborhoods I took her to had huge posters.
Hezbollah is a terror group.
Yes, Hezbollah is a terror group.
Okay,
that's what we need to know. The neighborhoods I took her to.
That's it. Are you against the terror? Guys, let him speak. Honestly, Norm, we need to learn to listen. I don't need you to moderate me.
The neighborhood.
But all you do is create a fucking echo chamber. You're not here to moderate me.
The neighborhoods I took her to were very densely populated Hezbollah strongholds.
They're a terror group. Be proud of yourself.
I didn't take her.
You already said that.
I'm
going to keep repeating it. Why? What for? That's the problem. Maybe you need moderation.
BB, the echo chamber breaker who tries to create an echo chamber.
Cross around my neck, open and showing. A big, fat, beautiful.
Okay, you had a nice anecdote. Thank you, Patty.
Okay.
Nice anecdote.
And when we got off
You don't have to keep going.
when we got off the tour bus.
Okay. Why are you telling us this story?
The first
Patty,
thing I encountered.
why are you telling the story? You're wasting our time.
The first thing I encountered was
Patty, enough.
there was a
I have something else better to do. You're on Clubhouse on a Saturday morning, Norm.
Enough. I have many better things to do. It's enough.
Let him speak.
No, I'm not. I don't want you to interrupt me.
The kid tried to sell me a I Heart
Whatever.
hat.
Patty,
I didn't buy the hat.
Walk among them.
I didn't buy the hat. And I walked around promoting the fact that I was Christian, telling to people that I'm introducing my Canadian wife to the country that I love. At no moment in time did anybody try and kill me, no one.
Yeah.
Not a single.
It's a silly thing you just said.
Not a single person.
You got away with the terror group.
So Norm said they were trying to kill you.
That's correct.
And yet I was completely.
So let me ask you a question, Shape.
Yes,
so
yeah.
I have a lot of Armenian friends that used to go back to Lebanon, and they had to, when they would arrive in the airport, they had to hand in their passports, and the police had to be notified that they were there because they were Christian, and they had to basically say where they were going to be because their lives were at threat.
No, man, that just doesn't happen.
I go to. It does.
It happened. You're in denial.
What year was this?
You're in denial. Now
It's in the early 2000s, 2010, 2015 was the last time my friend was there, and he said that he was fearful of his life.
Now, what I've gone there so many times. So have my entire family's always going down there.
So are you saying that it's safe?
No, it's
radical.
Is it safe?
It's no. Is it safe like Toronto,
Is it safe?
Ontario?
Is it safe for Christians?
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
except they murder Christians. Other than that, fine.
Absolutely safe.
He took his wife around. He didn't buy a hat. Aren't you guys listening to his story?
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Yeah, but it's because they never asked him to buy a T-shirt.
Disingenuous, Patty.
Thank you. Can we
This
take
is
a
like
moment
that's
to
not
recognize John?
It's a fake story.
John, thank you for your empathy.
It's not empathy. I'm actually making fun of you for wasting your time and everybody else's time. Thank you very little. Thank you very little.
Thank you.
Patty, when is the population of Christians are going to be zero in Lebanon? When are you guys going to be totally out and run away and go to Western societies?
Is that a question or something that you want to happen? I just want to confirm whether you're promoting genocide. Go ahead.
Not coming, right? Your population has started decreasing drastically.
Is that a desire or a question, Bruce?
Asking you a question. You want to know?
Okay. The answer is that will never happen.
Has it been declining?
Yes, it has.
Let me ask you a question, Shapeshifter. What would it take for you to join the Jews and be a friend and an ally and support the Jews 100%?
That's a great question.
It's not going to happen.
That is a phenomenal question. It actually, first of
I
all,
want you to think about that, Shape. Hang on.
Should I do the 10
I'm
second
going
thing?
to read you a few facts about the Christians in Lebanon.
Should I do a 10?
Apparently, you're in some denial. No, hang
By
on
the
a
way,
second. I'm going to read
I do
you.
consider
No, Fadi,
myself
I'm going
an
to send
ally.
you down if you interrupt me. Fadi, understand? Great. Okay. Persecution and fear. Christians in Lebanon reportedly feel like second-class citizens and live with fear of persecution as Hezbollah's influence expands within the country. I didn't write this. This is from ChatGPT. Violence and harassment. Reports of violence and harassment against Christians in areas influenced by Hezbollah exist, according to the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Assassinations. Hezbollah is suspected of assassinating opponents, including members of Christian political parties. Displacement. Clashes between Hezbollah and Israeli forces have led to the displacement of thousands of Christians in southern Lebanon, forcing many families to flee their homes. While some may downplay, Fadi, we're talking to you here, the threat of Hezbollah poses to Christians, the evidence suggests that the group's actions contribute to a climate of fear and insecurity for Christian communities in Lebanon. Hezbollah's operations have been observed to put Christians areas at risk of retaliatory strikes by Israel. So there is an actual answer that doesn't have to do with buying a hat with somebody that you love. There's a real engagement with the question.
May I respond?
You don't need to.
Is that a yes or a no?
You don't need to.
Okay, so I'll respond.
Say something. No, you're not reading the room now. You're supposed to be diplomatic. What? Instead of that, why don't you add something to the conversation? Hezbollah is a terrorist group. We both agree that they should go away. You want them integrated.
Yes, I do. I want them to lay down their arms. I want exactly what the president of Lebanon wants.
Great.
Which is no institution or group carries arms in Lebanon other than the Lebanese army.
Right.
I don't want to hear in the last 20 years. I wish we could hear you guys talk about this.
We Lebanese have failed, and we have failed. I agree with you, Daniel. I'm very critical of Lebanese society and the Lebanese. I want nothing more than peace with Israel. I honestly do. I want nothing more than peace with Israel.
Well, you've even changed what you said since we defeated Hezbollah. You've changed your tone.
No.
Yeah. You used to say that you wanted Hezbollah to join the Lebanese army.
Hezbollah never should have attacked Israel at any moments other than when the IDF had occupied southern Lebanon. All other attacks are completely unjustified. And
I'm sorry, when the IDF was in Lebanon, why do you support a fucking terror group that is taking advantage and spreading like cancer in your country instead of having your Lebanese army deal with this?
Because the Lebanese army was effectively dissolved. The Lebanese army was not allowed to carry munitions of a certain grade. Which is a problem.
They operated above the Litani River, which in violation of the agreement.
And the Lebanese army engaging with Hezbollah would have returned us to a civil war that caused me to leave the country.
So your decisions have consequences. And when you allow and you even justify a terror group using your land to attack, you cannot then cry why Israel is occupying. Yes, we are occupying because you're not doing your job of keeping those jihadi terrorists away from our borders. So we have to do it. If you control the sovereignty of your own country, we don't have to do it.
Well,
Daniel, it's not that simple. That's what Fadi's saying is correct. The thing is, Lebanon is also occupied. You need to understand this. There's nothing Lebanese they can do.
No, I'm just saying, like presenting it like out of context, like they like to do. Israel is occupying, ignoring.
Would you like me to criticize a number of things that Lebanon has done?
Shapeshifter, do you think it's fair?
To be honest, because you say that Israel was occupying Lebanon without pointing out that you let the PLO there, one of the worst terror groups in human history, you let them occupy your country, and then from that, you let them attack Israel. So we had to go in there and get rid of them. You left that part out.
Shapeshifter.
Why did you leave that out?
Because he's a narcissist. His wife doesn't even know it.
Let him speak. You can learn a thing or two about Lebanon. Trust me.
How long are you going to center him, though? That's the point. How long are you going to continue to center him?
Hey, I'm a big Zionist. He hasn't said anything that's incorrect so far. Let him speak.
Well.
Okay, John, if you'd like to be the center of attention.
I'm not asking to be the center. I'm just wondering, do you think it's fair for you to be the center of attention for over an hour? And does that make you a narcissist?
It's not.
Not what this is about.
It's not fair. So I would like to stop the injustice. Go ahead, John. You've got the room.
And I would like to be the center of attention, please.
So, Fadi, how come when you say
Daniel,
that Israel
for the record,
occupied?
I would love to have a beer with you.
Very dishonestly, Fadi.
Daniel, I would love to have a beer with you one day.
Yeah, well, great. Fadi, very dishonestly, you'd be a great guy to hang out. Fadi, very dishonestly, you say, oh, Israel occupied southern Lebanon without mentioning that we went there to get...
I will
Wait, you
accept
didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish.
Go ahead.
You didn't let me finish. How come you mentioned that Israel occupied southern Lebanon without pointing out that we went in there to get rid of the PLO, which you guys let occupy southern Lebanon, in order to attack Israel, to get rid of it?
Okay, that's a fair point, and that I need to be careful about. I'm trying to control how much I talk, but you are absolutely correct that the Lebanese were implicit in the situation.
But why didn't you mention that?
Because part of me wanted to control how long I go back into history, and I suppose the other part of me wanted to maintain some high ground in the debate. So
What is the high ground that you get from
you've called me on it, and I'm accepting it. And let's go down history.
I don't like Fadi, don't you think the reason is because you were in an anti-Israel room, so you wanted to add fuel to the anti-Israel fire?
No.
Well, how come everything you said was anti-Israel in the anti-Israel room?
Actually, that's not true. I do believe Israel's gone too far. So do you want to talk about?
What?
On a number of occasions.
Well, I'm asking.
In the number.
Well, name the top one. What's the top one?
The number of Palestinian deaths.
Okay, where?
This is Hamas, not on us. In Hamas, like, why are you blaming Israel for this?
So in most wars, do you try to minimize the number of deaths? Is that how you fight a war? Or do you try to maximize it?
It's a decent way to fight a war.
Israel is doing whatever they can to minimize, or Hamas is doing everything to maximize. It's real to me that a shapeshifter, that if you really care for the Palestinians, you are like gaslighting them.
Well, no, what I said 10 minutes ago,
the responsibility of the Palestinians is on the Palestinians. Okay, not on us. They can end it tomorrow.
Okay, I agree that all the hostages should be released. I agree.
Like, great, but they're not. But I understand. We all agree with this. And because they are not, and we all agree that they must be released, and it doesn't go with asking. It has to be done by force. Unfortunately.
I agree that there are problems.
Yeah, but it's fine that you say you agree, but you realize the complications when you deal with somebody who has hostages versus no hostages.
Do you realize the complications? So I agree that there's huge problems in Lebanese society and Palestinian society that have caused the problems that we have today in the Middle East. You know, it's just not even debatable. And I think.
Yeah, but
okay.
At the end of the
reality is, you're saying that there are too many deaths, but still, the Palestinians, which obviously don't think like you, because they could say, okay, too much death, here are your hostages, back, we're putting down our guns. So maybe you think it's too much. For them, it's not too much. And if you have any complaints, you shouldn't present it to us, where we are fighting something that you said is completely 100% justified.
Yeah, Daniel, I want to ask you.
If you ask the person on the ground, like in Gaza, they would say, like, we just want the end to the war. We just want to live, right? That's their prerogative, right? But what's stopping that? It's not Israel that's stopping that. It's Hamas.
So what I don't get, what I don't get is, like, he says that he already agrees that Hamas is a problem, right? Which is obviously good, but then he should also understand that Israel has every right, and also it's their obligation to eliminate the threat. So the question is, like, why would you expect Israel? What would you expect Israel to do when a terror group that's slaughters civilians, kidnaps children, hides behind schools?
It's not a problem.
No, but if his answer is, well, it shouldn't be like this, then he needs to offer an alternative, because until he does, what he's really saying is that Israel should just let Hamas operate freely, which is not moral stance. That's moral cowardice. So he needs to explain better what the alternative should be.
The government of Gaza, like, that's their prerogative. Like, they're the person that should, like, let's not forget, like, the people that they voted in to represent the people of Gaza are the people.
Yo, David, I hate to break it to you, man, but you need some serious help, dude. You can't keep coming on this app stumbling your words. You sound totally inebriated, David. You need to get some professional help, dude.
I disagree with John said. I think that's his opinion.
But I agree with Lou about his opinion in my book, but I agree with John about his opinion on David.
I think that's his prerogative.
I think it's your prerogative to say.
I'm not going to answer that.
I'm not going to answer that.
I agree.
I mean, David, why don't you like get off a clown house and stop doing this to yourself? I mean, coming on here and mumbling is the opposite of what you're supposed to do on this app, which is to have clear and effective communication, David. It's a beautiful Saturday. What you're doing to yourself is madness.
Not too much.
Come on, John. Kitover.
Listen, I'm just trying to put some information in David's head so maybe somebody says something to him which is actually meaningful as opposed to placating him and letting him just go on and on and on and interrupt your room and mumble and stumble and interrupt nonstop. Moderators should be ashamed of themselves for even allowing David to do this because you actually enable him to do this.
Oh, Nuha's here. How you doing, Bobo? Yeah, I just want to know what his alternative is. Like, what does he think Israel should be doing? Like, what does he, you know, if he's going to criticize Israel, like, let me finish. If he's going to,
you can continue to ask it. It's a good question.
Yeah, you can continue to keep quiet. Let me answer the question. Yeah, well, it is because if you criticize Israel's stance, but you offer literally no fucking alternative, then you need to offer one before you can say something. Because I think deep down, you know, there isn't one. There's no clean way. Clean way. That's the key word, clean. To fight a terror group that hides behind civilians. So what the fuck is your alternative then? If you want to criticize, what the fuck is your alternative?
I would love to hear Shape's answer to Tobias's question, but if you don't want to answer Shape, I could try to answer Tobias's question.
I'm happy to answer because he's asking a very relevant question.
Excuse my language, brother. But yeah, please answer.
No, it's okay, man. It's okay. It's all good. And by the way, John, like, kudos to you to try helping David out. So I think the techniques in terms of the size of the munitions, the size of the bombs, I think that they should revisit the tactics.
But in what specific way was his question?
Less powerful bombs.
Can I offer one and you tell me if you agree with it?
Sure.
So what I think the pro-Palestinian people would like to see, I think that they envision that there's like a Hamas stronghold somewhere where the Hamas people are hiding out. Maybe it's in the tunnels. And they envision the Israeli army like walking past the Palestinian civilians who are the innocent ones, and then they're going to infiltrate the tunnels, and then they're going to shoot with a gun, or ideally arrest without killing these Hamas terrorists. Is that what you would like to see? Is that like a good vision?
No, like, unfortunately, war, it's too complicated, right? So it's a tough thing that the IDF is trying to do. I'll acknowledge that. It's not easy.
Right, and there's a problem with the scenario that I presented, which is, I mean, the main problem is that you're going to expect this hypothetical Israeli army is going to walk through into the tunnels and then get the bad guys who are hiding in the tunnels. But we're not acknowledging the reality that there are bad guys hiding from the windows and there are bad guys pretending to be civilians.
No, I'm acknowledging that.
But then that's why they drop bombs. That's why they drop bombs, because they don't want to walk on foot.
Also a lot of IEDs.
Everywhere's IED, so they don't want to walk through the road. They're just gonna drop a bomb. It's 2025. We got bombs.
Yeah, but like let's take an example, right? When Osama bin Laden was in the compound, the U.S. did not drop a massive bunker buster on the compound.
Yeah, the problem is that there are
one man.
forces don't scale shape. But that's one building,
one man,
guy.
Okay, it's just an example to you.
Well, it is a good
example. It's a bad example, though. We're talking about a war in an urban warfare.
It's not.
Where Hamas embeds itself in every part of Gaza.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not a bad example.
It's a fine example, but it's only one man. So
agreed, of course.
But the problem with Hamas is it's thousands and thousands.
I know.
It's
a very complex, non-trivial situation. I still do think that the size of the munitions and bombs being used needs to be revisited.
But what's the alternative? The alternative.
That's interesting. Can you tell me just your military experience of you understanding munitions, and you know the fact of which munition fell